All right.
Okay.
So once
Welcome,
again,
everyone. Oh,
yep.
sorry.
Once again, we are here with the ProGameX WoW Arena May 2014 tournament. We just saw the RMP versus the Jungle Cleave that was waiting for dampening versus blindness. All waiting for dampening, taking that 2-0. So just going to real quick take a look at our brackets here. We see Welcome to EU 2-0 against Say GG Please. And Waiting for Dampening 2-0 against Blindness All. That means we'll see Welcome to EU versus Waiting for Dampening. That's going to be an LSD versus an RMP. Eventually, once we get around to that in the winner's bracket round 2. And Say GG Please, which was the Shatter Comp, will be going up against the Jungle Cleave of Blindness All in the loser's bracket. But first, I believe we are doing holinka plays Lock Shaman versus Blue Laguna. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the Holy Paladin Shatter play versus the LSD2. Both teams are telling me they're ready to go, so I'm just queuing them up, and we'll be jumping right into the next series here, the third series of the day. Both of the first two series going quite convincingly and quite quickly. We're starting to see which teams are going to be a little bit more dominant, but I've queued both teams up. They're ready to go. We're going to be entering the Grand Arena once again. Seems like I just said that since these games are so fast-paced today. But we're going to be starting this game off. It's going to be the LSD2, a Skitch playing that Boomkin, actually taking the win in this tournament last month. Red Hot is Laguna playing on that Affliction Warlock, and of course Looney on the Resto Shaman. An incredibly skilled team, well grouped, and they're going to be going up against the team of Holinka plays Lock Shaman, consisting of Banana Split on that Holy Paladin, Healing Stat on the Shadow Priest, and Shake Milk on the Frost Mage. I definitely give a bit of an advantage towards the LSD2 just because they have Tremor Totem. Not to say that the Shatter play can't work around that using silences to prevent it, but it'll feel that way unless the Shatter play can prove me wrong. Maybe they got an incredible strategy, a lot of burst ready to go. They can prove me wrong and shut me up. That's kind of how I expect the game to be, at least flowing for the beginning, but the game will be starting here in 3, 2, 1. Let's see how aggressive a Skitch chooses to be. He's just going to be taking the center of the map, getting full dots up, just choosing to root Healing Stat for now. Also using that Fairy Fire, so he cannot use Spectral Guise to sneak in and fear Looney. But a lot of damage coming out from a Skitch here. He's using all of his offensive cooldown. Celestial Alignment, an incredible Star Search crit, 200k HP. He lands a Hell of Terror. He's going to have to disperse. He dispersed, but at the same time, Shake Milk's dipping incredibly low. He's going to have to block both of those major defensives gone. At full cooldown, he's going to go down. Just an incredible amount of burst. I can't believe it.
Wow.
I can't believe that. That's how that game just went.
Yeah, that was like you were talking at the start of that, like, oh yeah, we're going to see these guys playing this way, these guys. Well, nope, it's just basically what's going to happen is Star Surge, and then maybe a little bit more Star Surge, and then all of a sudden Healing Stat is dead. That was, I mean, we've seen some fast matches today, but holy crap. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
let's take a moment here and mourn Shake Milk.
Wow.
That was a very glorious kill. We have to. I'm gonna ask for the map choice. What? They're gonna have to come up with something, man.
Yeah.
That's
like how do you what do you do in that situation? Like the Solar Beam was down, the ability, that the name I always forget. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. But the Solar Beam was down. I believe he was rooted in the beam, and it's just, how do you actually survive that ridiculous amount? Where did that damage even come from? Like, that's
the Trinket proc Celestial Alignment. He had full dots rolling. He didn't get crowd controlled at all, and you can see what happens once he gets those dots rolling. Once he gets the procs going, it's definitely pretty insane.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
Yeah, for sure. Moonkin, I think, is a really, really underrated spec, and we're starting to see people like Askitch really start to play it to its fullest potential, and it's really, really awesome to see when it actually happens just what a really, really good Moonkin is really capable of.
Okay, and I've got a map choice here from the Shatter Play. They want to play on Tolvaron Arena. Again, the Shatter Plays keep picking Tolvaron Arena, but I feel like the gateway distance defensively helps the Warlock team more than it hurts them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that's going to give Banana Split on that Holy Paladin a lot more space to avoid the early fears, but I still feel like it's inevitable. You're eventually going to be CC'd as the healer, and I don't know. I don't know if there's a... I feel like they should have gone for something like Roots of Lordon, but that's just my opinion. We're gonna have to see how they deal with this damage because that was incredible. I'd imagine a lot more CC going onto onto his Skitch at the beginning of the match. He was definitely ignored
Yeah.
throughout most of his damage. He just got everything off. He landed every CC he needed to, and they caught Banana Split into that full clone with no trinket. And as of right now, you can't bubble out of clone, so he was stuck in that. The block fades, the dispersion fades, and Shake Milk went down. So we're going to have to see how they decide to deal with this. I'm sure we can let you start this next match off, though.
Okay. I'm going to be following Skitch out of there just because I want to see him blow somebody up again. So we're going to see how this goes here. Should be starting here in just a second. There it is, 3, 2, 1. And out of the gate we go. Skitch once again just charging right directly out into the middle here. He's going to start getting his dots up, getting his treants out. Does get the root on, it looks like he's going after Mambi, whose name I've forgotten because I'm trying to read right now. Shake Milk, yeah, there we go. Just taking a whole bunch of damage out here. Does get behind that pillar, does get a fear off as well. So he does get rooted in the beam, though. He is taking a whole bunch of damage still. Skitch able to put this out, does use the backpack there for a second, and is going to get deep freezed out here, too. But it gets dispelled, and he shadow melds as well.
The Shatterblade lived the Celestial Alignment opener, so they can definitely turn this around. However, as I say that, a lot of Star Surges coming in. Amazing offensive clone there by a Skitch onto Shake Milk. He's not going to be able to get topped off, and they land the full fear onto Healing Stat. He's going to have to block. He gets the block off. He should be able to get picked up. Cyclone, though, onto Healing Stat. He has his trinket available. He's choosing to sit that. He's not. He feels like his team will be able to survive. But a Skitch actually gating out. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or not. Maybe he felt he was in more danger than he was. But he's going to gate out there. He's going to make sure he's completely safe. Full dots onto the Shatter Play here. But no CC for Healing Tot. Oh, Red Hot in a lot of trouble. He's going to trinket that deep freeze instantly. Looney was able to hold on to his trinket. Healing cooldowns as well out from Laguna on the LSD too. But a full clone onto Shake Milk and a full fear onto Healing, or sorry, not Healing Stat, Banana Split. So his team's in trouble. He's a Holy Paladin. He's crowd controlled. His team is in trouble. Half HP. The Trents are coming out. The Star Surge gets off. Will he just die to this? 150,000 HP. He's in a lot of trouble. Shake Milk, that is. Mambi, 80k HP, 160k HP. Full clone into a fear on his trinket. 120k HP. Will he be able to get out here? The Star Surges are flying. He's going to have to block 150k HP. The bubble comes out as well. He's going to be able to top his team off for now, but the CC is just relentless. A Skitch putting Shake Milk into that full clone, and a lot of damage coming on the Healing Stat here. I'm sure he's going to be okay. It seems like the damage is going to be more focused onto Shake Milk, the mage. So he's going to switch that clone over to Healing Stat right away. Fear onto Shake Milk. They're just trying to lock this team down, wait for the diminishing returns on the Holy Paladin, and just launch him into an unending CC chain.
Yeah, definitely pulling a lot of cooldowns out of them there, too. Healing Stat and Shake Milk do still have their trinkets as they hide behind the pillar here for a second. Skitch is just chasing him around like crazy, just being relentless, rooting him next to the gateway. Won't be able to gate out just yet if he needs to. Taking a whole bunch of damage back here. Just getting chased, like, just relentless. Skitch is out for blood right now. Dipping him down to about half HP. Getting a full row of dots up on him. Got the curse up again as well. He's going to take in a whole bunch of damage. Does use the Incanter's Ward, but that's not going to do too much. And it looks like for the moment they're relatively stable, but that crazy burst damage can come out at any moment.
Red Hot into a full deep freeze. MCS onto Looney. The Frozen Orb's coming out. He's going to have to link. That's the incredible burst from the Mage Shadow Beast that they get that off. As Skitch was choosing to sit a fear into Africa. But Looney's now the target. He's got Earthshield on himself. He realizes what's going on. An MCS and a fear onto Shake Milk. They're trying to peel him. But a Shadow Fury coming out onto, Banana Split. He lands the fear. Banana Split's stuck in that fear. The Heart of the Wild from a Skitch. He's getting the rake up with that. He's really using his Heart of the Wild very effectively here. The fear is still onto Banana Split. A lot of damage onto Shake Milk. A lot of damage onto Healing Stat. When that Deep Freeze comes up, though, if they can manage to live a full clone onto Banana Split, if this LSD2 can not pull off the kill reasonably close, Deep Freeze and Frozen Orb will be coming up very shortly here, but Healing Stat in a lot of trouble, dipping to about half HP. A full clone onto Shake Milk. He's gonna be okay for now. The Avenging Wrath coming out from Banana Split, but he's not really able to take advantage of that. Looney choosing to gate out. He realizes the bad position that he's in for a swap, so he's trying to play completely defensive by getting out there. He dispels a VT for his team, but a Skitch getting Devouring Plagued. Silence onto Looney. Skitch, nice use of that Unending Resolve Symbiosis. He should be okay, but an MCS onto Laguna. They're just trying to lock the fears down. Skitch getting caught into that Psy Fiend fear. He's not going to be able to kill that right away. But he's in a spot where he could get swapped to. He's getting pet nova. He's getting dotted up. He's doing a good job just line of sighting, but his mana is hurting. Banana Split's mana is definitely doing much better than Looney's, but his Skitch is taking a lot of damage. I don't think the Frozen Orb is available just yet. The Defreeze comes out though. 200,000 HP. Looney into the full poly. He's gonna have to trigger this. Really ballsy here, choosing not to trigger that poly.
Wow.
Barkskin and Might of Ursock's gonna come out from a Skitch, but Healing Stat taking a lot of damage with Banana Split into a full fear.
Yeah, that choosing not to trinket, it seems to have worked out well for him for the most part right now. He does still have the trinket available, but he might need to use it here again soon. He is silenced at the moment, a Skitch feared as well. But Mambi getting so low, Shake Milk, excuse me, getting so low, does get the block off, and will be top back off. Now a Root Beam onto, I believe that was Healing, excuse me, Banana Split over there. Looks like they're going to be stabilizing yet again. Dots getting ticked around all over the place. Another Cyclone coming out there onto Healing Stat. And it's just, it's hard to tell exactly when somebody can up and die in this sort of situation. As we've seen so much already, there's just so much burst damage that can come out of nowhere. Red Hot taking a whole bunch of damage now, getting caught out in the middle there, but it looks like he will be able to be fine as well.
Yeah, the cooldown that we're looking for from a Skitch is Celestial Alignment, which allows him to apply all of his dots in one GCD, which gets him insane amount of procs. But he's choosing to push up here. He gets a full clone on a Healing Stat, a lot of Star Surge damage onto Shake Milk, about half HP, but there's no CC onto Banana Split. He should be able to keep him alive. A Defreeze onto a Skitch. He's going to skin that instantly with a Poly on Looney. He's going to recover back here, I believe. He's just going to Healing Touch behind a pillar. An MCS on a Looney, though. A Skitch isn't out of the woods. He's going to gate out of there. He's going to try to recover on the other side of the map. Laguna just getting polyed 3 times in the midst of that, though. Skitch should be able to recover back here. He should be okay. Looney gating back as well. He's going to be able to pick him up. The Defreeze isn't available, so we're just going to see a little bit of a lull here while both teams kind of set up, generate their icicles, generate their procs. We're gonna have to wait for that moment in time or a full CC to land, but Looney has not triggered a single thing in this series. A double fear though landed onto Laguna and a Skitch getting feared on that Starfall, so it's gonna be suppressing his damage quite a lot. Healing Stat though, he's still taking a lot of damage, about half HP every time he tries to push out. The Star Surges fly, but a Defreeze onto Looney, MCS onto Laguna on top of a Hodge. He's not gonna be able to port. He's in a lot of trouble, about half HP. The Devouring Plague comes out, big NS heal from Looney, gonna be able to pick him up just instantly, and a nice clone onto Shake Milk, playing really well defensively, but a full poly onto Looney. They might swap it up onto a Skitch here. He's pushed in very deep into the enemy team. He's just Trent root spamming the enemy team right now. I believe the Dark Soul being popped by Laguna here. He's trying to get some damage rolling, but a Skitch, he's in a lot of trouble. He has no shield wall available. He has no Barkskin available. He gets MCS, nice wild charge to Looney there on the pillar. He's just going to recover back here. He realizes he doesn't have any defensives up. He cannot push out, but now Shake Milk and Healing Stat in a lot of trouble. Banana Split not in any crowd control though. He should be able to keep them alive, but if a full fear is landed by Laguna, they could be in a lot of trouble. Full dots onto, there's the full clone onto Banana Split. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what procs end up happening here. Healing Stat dipping to about half HP, 250,000. Banana Split coming out of that full clone now. Ring of Frost coming down. A Skitch is going to get out of that, but Healing Stat's not out of the woods.
Yeah, he's still taking a whole bunch of damage here. Does get that? They do get that. Defensive Ring of Frost down there. Looks like he's trying to get over out of the line side. Does get a nice fear off there, fearing both Skitch and Looney. Skitch is going to Shadow Meld to. I'm not sure exactly what he was getting away from with that, but he did blow his Shadow Meld in the middle of that. And it looks like Healing Stat is going to be safe again. Mambi gets Deep Freeze, just does get out of that right away, and looks like they've once again started to stabilize here.
Nice Aura Mastery out from Banana Split there on the Solar Beam, really good use of that cooldown. And as I was saying, Celestial Alignment's out from a Skitch. We could see a lot of procs here. He gets the Star Surge off. Let's see how hard it's going to hit. Shadow Fear into Fear onto Banana Split. Healing Stat's in a lot of trouble. These Starfires are just being PvE'd out here. He's going to be incredibly low. Shake Milk, 100,000 HP. A full clone onto Banana Split. He has no way out. Healing Stat and Shake Milk are low. And Skitch at the same time, 70,000 HP. He's going to Might of Ursock, Hellstone that. He's got shield well up. He should be okay. He's not able to gate just yet. Looney in a Deep Freeze. He's gonna have to recover. He's gonna have to get out of here. Looney's just not leaving CC. Nice clone onto Shake Milk though. It's gonna interrupt that poly out of Deep Freeze onto Looney. Skitch should be able to recover back here, but both teams throwing such an incredible amount of damage back at each other.
Yeah, it seems like Holinka Plays Lock Shaman is doing a much better job of sort of like forcing a Skitch to pull back when he's in the middle of dealing a whole bunch of damage. As I say that though, Healing Stat dipping incredibly low, down to under 100k, taking a whole bunch of damage back here. A Skitch now taking a whole bunch of damage as well, and looks like There's the root beam coming out again, looking like healing stat is now in a lot of trouble. 180k, dipping lower and lower. He does decide to use a dispersion there and get back out of line of sight. But is that going to be enough? He's still taking so much damage, down to 70k, running out of line of sight, just trying to get away as much as he possibly can. Mambi now dipping super low. He's going to block over here, it looks like. Or is he kind of... No, that's his Ring of Frost. So he's just blocking back here. Still really, really low. Just looking at him, and he'll die. And healing stat now super low as well. I don't know what Banana Split can do to stop this. This is just so much damage coming out.
It's so relentless. It's not even just the damage. He was literally never out of crowd control. He ended up trinketing when it came up on a half clone, but it was endless. You saw the root solar beam. It was 8 seconds. No Aura Mastery. He couldn't bubble. He had forbearance. He sat in that for 8 seconds, into a 2-second Shadow Fear, into an 8-second Fear, into a 3-second Fear, into a 1-second Fear, into a 5-second clone. His trinket coming up, and he trinketed. But at that point, his entire team was dead. What could he really do in that situation? He ran out of buttons. They weren't able to turn it around. But there was still a lot of pressure onto a Skitch a lot of times there. But a Skitch doing amazing with his Heart of the Wild. Just to note, he was using Heart of the Wild cat form a lot more than healing. So it let him push in aggressively, and you could see those rakes going up, doing a lot of damage while the Shatter Play was kind of LOSing. So that dot damage from his rake and his full dots just doing a lot of work. So they're going to take that matchup fairly convincingly. I still felt a Skitch was at risk. There was a lot of greedy